back to the channel. This video is going to be a mix sort of thing, so we're not really doing much with the cars. I just want to tidy up this bit, mess of it. I have a few things coming up shortly, so it'll involve photos and that, so it would just be nice to have the garage clean, have the cars some way looking okay, and yeah, I need to fix that as well, because that's what I mean, that's crooked. So I'm going to get the ladder now, get up and fix the sign straight and tidy up the place a bit. And look, this video is going to be a mix of different things. I don't know what's going to happen, we'll go with it. So I get the garage cleaned up, and another thing as well, I want to talk about a few things that I'd like to do. Maybe it might work, maybe it not, so we'll announce that at the end of the video. No, that's a bit straight looking. He's making a salvage garage for the car. So FMIC, I think it was something like 20 euro or something like that, so you couldn't go on 3x1 metre banner for 20 quid. Where would you get? So definitely get on to them for a banner, or even new car parts will obviously this has bits on, so get on to them as well. So this car looks a little bit better now. Dash there, all bonnet there. I might use this as actually as a whiteboard because the bottom of it is broke. I make a nice decoration, hang up on the walls, then make a list of like the jobs that we need to do with the car, or what parts we need, so it's not too bad. So spacers, might not need them that big, I'm hoping not. Actually, I forgot I had these. Xenon lamps for the front of the 46. So I need to actually get these fitted, but the problem is before getting fitted I want to get the wings onto it and the bonnet onto it, so just make sure the fitment is 100% because I don't want it to look off. So this is also going to be a small day for the DCT box, so a DCT cooler, so we can put that back up, back into there. So M3 shafts, I don't know if these are going to last. I'm told they last up to 600 horsepower. We're going to have to try them. If I might upgrade to insane shafts, I don't know what they are, like $1,500 or something like that, but they're bought once and they're bought right, so I might just have to invest in them. This box is just new balls, so intercooler for the car, black. 600 by 300 by 3 inch, so should be plenty of air. Suspension bits, so anti-turbo bushes, drop link bushes and drop links. So I might end up running the rear anti-roll bar in the 46, but we'll see what these coilovers like. I've never used these coilovers before. These are the mounts that came with the CLM lock kit, but we already have adjustable top mounts, so they don't really extend out that much, so I'm hoping it should be enough. By look, if it's sitting on the ground it looks okay, so we'll see how that goes. And these are just fuel pressure regulator, fuel filter, AN fittings, bits and pieces like that, and here is just AN lines and AN fittings as well. So that corner is a little bit tidier anyway, and just a few bits of parts. So I need to clean up along the lift. Got all the wheels out of the way, get the floor sweep, get parts out of the way, so it's just nice to have a clean garage again while we're waiting on parts for this. I haven't really got to order anything, as I said. I'm still trying to save up. I spent way too much money on it, so I have to save up again to buy another bulk of parts. So we'll get back to, hopefully soon, fingers crossed, we'll come back to content with this. Maybe this, we'll see. A lot more room now to walk around. Just need to give the floor a quick sweep, but for now I'm going to talk to you about what my plan was. So here it goes. So plan is easy enough. What I always wanted to do was something like, say, I don't know, you know what I mean, they say build specific drift car parts, or something like merch, whatever people say be interested in the drifting community. So what I came up with is a plan called, business called Long Neck Developments. So it's in the early processes yet. I don't know how quick it's going to start, but it's still in the thought process. So imagine first of all we're going to start selling, say, hoodies or air fresheners, shirts, stuff like that, just to see how quick will it grow. I know as from the start everything is going to be slow, but we'll see. I'm not really rushing into that bit. So the plan is just to take it slow. There seems to be, if you keep an eye on my social medias, there seems to be a little bit of interest in it. But we'll see. I don't know, Pete. See, I don't want to say take off for the first few people and then just come rapidly back down again. So I'd like to make, like, say, specific, like, handbrakes, say, with my logo on it, or how many shifters, specific, like 2 JZ parts that we have here, or 1 JZ parts, or swap parts, or something like that. I'd love to do something like that, but as I said, it's still early days. It's a lot. It's an investment at the end of the day. I'll just have to see how it works. So it's simple enough. Like, I'd always like to do something like that, but I never really knew what way it was going to end up, if you know what I mean. So I put a few logos together that would catch the eye, if you know what I mean. So we're going to start from there. If you have any suggestions, like what would I go about selling, or how would I start, leave a comment below or DM me, anything like that. So I'd just like to see, is there any interest there for if I was to start doing stuff like that? Because obviously if there's no interest, there's no point in starting it, you know what I mean? So we will have to see how it goes. So regardless, that is my plan. Hopefully before the car is going, I'd like to get it started at least, like say a few hoodies or something like that, anything around that area. So if I really got something like that, I'd be very, very, very happy. As I said, I don't really know how well it's going to go, so we'll see anyway. So regards to the car, it's just slow. Like, we have obviously Dan from Dan Tires came on board with us, and as I said, thank you again. I really, really, really appreciate it. So he supplied us with 12 tires for our first test day. Hopefully we get to burn all 12. We'll see how that goes. Test days, as always, there's always, no matter how well you build a car or how much money you put into it, there's always that smallest thing that's going to stop or end the day, if you know what I mean. So the plan is next is to get the exhaust manifold and the intake manifold onto it. So then we can start putting in, like, the intercooler pipes, getting the fuel lines from the back of the car to the front of the car. So then we can get the loom, ECU, sensors, throttle bodies, injectors, get all them things into it, which actually there should be here shortly now that I think of it. So, but as I said, we want to get the manifold on first to make sure we're 100% where everything is sitting. And now obviously I want to order the gearbox, because Aaron's not going to be happy with me when they don't have a gearbox for this car when he wants to build an exhaust. So we want to do as much as we can without taking it apart again. So I just want to make sure everything is fitting first. The DCT box is very big, so what I'm planning on doing is pulling the engine back out again and attaching the gearbox to the engine, then putting it back in. So like when them DCT box, you won't have to change the clutch at the side of the track if you end up changing the gearbox or something wrong. So it's not going to be no relevance on like a bigger tunnel or anything like that. So we'll have to get that fitted into the car. Then we will have to get the prop shaft made up. So I'll see what length it is. Sometimes if you have a single piece, I have a single piece in that E36 and it's a nightmare. I'd never want to see another single piece again. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to get an E36 M3 prop shaft. So it's a 7-speed box, so M3 6-speed, so we're going to have to move it back a bit. So we'll get that made. Then we are going to get the exhaust knob made. The exhaust going at the back, the silencer in the middle, because we have noise regulations, so we have to keep it under the noise regulations. But then we're going to have the wastegate up to the bonnet. So, and other things like we are going to have to get the Lexan windows in, but that's the very least. I'm just hoping to have this car mapped, going and mapped before we put like the windscreens or anything like that in it, because I just want to be 100% sure that engine is running happy. I know I drove this car running, so I know it's happy, but it's only the bare engine that I had. So I have turbo, I have bits and pieces to go onto it that are new. So the ECU is mapped to that engine, but obviously it's mapped to the old turbo and all the manifolds that was on that engine, so it'll have to change. It'll run and it'll drive, but it won't be 100% happy, so we're going to get mapped again anyway. And the DCT box, that's going to be different, so we'll have to do a day's dyno session again, which I'm hoping will be soon. I'm really hoping. It's just very, very slow at the moment. Trying to live and buy parts as well. It's like everything you buy is €1,000 at a time. Like manifolds €1,000, turbo is €1,000. So I'm on a mechanic's wedge, so it takes you a month before you get to order a turbo or something like that. So yeah, it's just unfortunately it's a slow process at the moment, but try and keep content going as well. Also, yeah, that's another thing. If anybody have any suggestions on while we're waiting on parts, what can we do more content? Like, can we go to other people's garages and see what they're building? Can we go to places and do a review for them? Anything like that, any suggestions like that, I'm open to. So yeah, we'll see how that goes anyway. I'm really hoping this is going to work. I've had this car for a long time now, so it'd just be nice. I haven't seen this car run in 3 years, so it'd be very nice to see it again. So yeah, I'm really hoping for that. Yeah, so that's it. So as regards to this piece of shit, it's not starting, but I haven't really tried to pull apart the loom to make sure everything was okay. I still need to get a compression tester, obviously. So some people know what the colour is of this. This is going to be, some people know the wheels, some people know the kit. I'm going to keep it secret. So if you can guess what the colour this is going to be, put it down in the comments. You will, like, let's just say I haven't seen it seen one in this colour yet. I've seen images, obviously photos on Facebook, stuff like that. I've seen all them, but I want to be sure. And I want to tidy up the interior a bit and put a half cage in the back. So yeah, so this is just literally a random video that I decided to make, because I like to keep on update what's going on, and also keep the YouTube videos up so we can get over 1,000 subscribers, which will drive us on more and more. So yeah, so this is just simply a random video. Thanks everyone for watching, thanks everyone for supporting me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. It really means a lot to us. So yeah, and if anyone has any like E46 parts, anything like that is any use to us, please let me know. I need a few bits, so if you have any E46 coupe for breaking, make sure to let me know. So thanks everyone for watching, see you in the next one.